welcome once again to Urban X Files. My name is Keith, and today we are continuing our story of haunted roads. And in this episode, it takes us to Claremont County in Ohio, and it says it's called Dead Man's Curve. Now, any road with the name of Dead Man's Curve is bound to be strange, and it lies between two regular freeways and includes a dangerous intersection. There have been many ghosts who've chosen this section of the road to haunt, and what lies east of Cincinnati is their haunted location. It was sometime in the 1970s, there were 5 teenagers that had been killed when the Impala car was struck by a roadrunner traveling at speeds in excess of 100 miles an hour. Now, only one person is said to have been able to walk away from this accident alive, and there are said that people driving down this stretch of road have seen a driverless Impala car pass them, as well as a 1969 green roadrunner. Not the animal, the car. Now, some drivers have reported that the roadrunner chasing them down the road and driving aggressively. The cars then vanish from sight, and they seem to reenact this horrific accident many times over. On this same stretch of road, it is believed that the same tragic accident resulted in a ghost known as the Faceless Hitchhiker. His appearances usually take place in the short window of time between 1 and 1:30 a.m. Now, imagine driving along this 4-lane road in these days, when as you near the intersection where 222 meets State Route 125, you notice the shape of a man standing at the side of the road. Now, you can see his light-coloured pants, his shirt, and his long haircut that seems dated to the 1960s. You can only see his back with his arm raised, but as you draw nearer to him, he turns to face your car. You blink and stare at this man, and what you see, you just can't make sense, because where his face should be, you only see what is a flesh-coloured face with no features, no eyes, no nose, no mouth. He's faceless, and you drive past him, look back, and he's gone. If you have ever seen this, you have just come face to face, to excuse the pun, of the Faceless Hitchhiker. Some have claimed that if you fail to stop, he chases your car for a short distance. Now, I do think that is a bit of a myth, while others say he has thrown stones and various things at the car if they fail to stop. And others report that he suddenly appeared in the middle of the road, forcing them to swerve dangerously out of his way, and he disappears in the last second. Now, many locals insist that he is one of the victims of the fatal accident back in the 60s, 70s. Perhaps it's his haircut that gives it away and his style of clothes, but nobody knows. The next is another hitchhiker, and again, imagine you are a person who's traveling down this same stretch of road, and you are approaching the same intersection. Now, it's late at the evening, but there's still some light out, which enables you to see relatively clearly. That's when you see a dark, shadowy, almost smoke-like shape, what seems to be a man. Now, whatever it is walking by the side of the road. He's limping and he looks like he's dragging his leg as if he's been seriously injured. But it's as if he is made of a mist instead of flesh and bones. And as your car comes closer to him, he completely disappears from sight. There is another witness to this phantom hitchhiker, and he had a very different encounter with him. As their vehicle had drew nearer to him, he seemed to have thrown himself right out in front of the vehicle. And to this person's utter horror, she felt the wheels of her car drive over him. She felt the ba-dum, ba-dum, which terrified the poor person. Now, she slammed on the brakes, and what they witnessed has terrified them to this day. They witnessed that this shadowy figure crawl up the hood of the car and stare into the windscreen. So this person was absolutely terrified. So they put their foot down and accelerated as fast as possible when this figure evaporated into the air. Now, it is asked, is this the same hitchhiker in the previous section? Or is this a completely different hitchhiker? Because the differences are, the other one was pale and was fully formed. This one seems to be injured with a damaged leg and has a sort of smoky way about him, as if he's made of smoke. Nobody knows. Any psychic who has no knowledge of this section of road has been to visit the area and has these ghostly manifestations in a very short period of time claim to have made contact with the ghost who declared to have lost their life there, and said the entity that lost his life was a very, very evil person in life. So this evil man seems to continue to haunt even past his life. So if you ever are driving along Dead Man's Curve, be very careful. I wouldn't stop for any hitchhikers and stay away from smoking men. Hope you enjoyed this strange tale. If so, you know what to do. Take care. See you all in the